In the 1st century CE, Judea was a land of turmoil. The Romans had taken control, their soldiers and rules omnipresent. They dominated every aspect, imposing heavy taxes on everyone. The most troubling part? They disregarded local customs and Jewish values. This sparked immense anger, leading to violent uprisings as people yearned to live freely without constant interference. In Judea, there were several groups with different ideas on dealing with the Romans. The Pharisees adhered strictly to their religious laws. The Sadducees believed in cooperating with the Romans, while the Essenes chose to withdraw from politics and live in isolation. Then there were the Zealots. They were the warriors. They didn't want to coexist with the Romans. They aimed to expel them and reclaim their freedom. Barabbas was likely one of these zealots. He wasn't just an ordinary criminal, he was considered a political prisoner. Some even viewed him as a hero because he fought for their freedom, but to the Romans, he was a significant threat. Every year, the Jewish people celebrated Passover, a festival that commemorated their escape from slavery in Egypt long ago. This festival made them reflect on freedom and their desire to be free from Roman rule. So every Passover, Jerusalem became extremely crowded with people coming to celebrate, and you could feel the tension in the air. It was as if everyone was anticipating something monumental. Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, had a tradition during Passover. He would release one prisoner to appease the crowd and maintain peace. The decision was between Jesus, renowned for his teachings and miracles, and Barabbas, the rebel. One might assume Jesus would be the clear choice due to his popularity and non-violent nature. However, the leaders and priests were threatened by his growing influence, and they persuaded the crowd to demand Barabbas's release instead. Each gospel, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, portrays Barabbas in a unique light. Matthew describes him as a notorious prisoner. Mark mentions he was imprisoned with rebels who had committed murder during an uprising against the Romans. Luke concurs, noting he was involved in an insurrection and was a murderer, while John simply labels him a robber. Yet all Gospels agree that the crowd chose Barabbas over Jesus. The trial scene was charged with tension. The crowd was in an uproar, shouting and causing chaos. Pilate was hesitant to condemn Jesus, especially after his wife's warning to avoid harming the righteous man. He attempted to persuade the crowd to choose Jesus for release, but the priests fervently advocated for Barabbas. Ultimately, Pilate conceded, and Barabbas was set free, while Jesus was led away to be crucified. The moment Barabbas walked free and Jesus was taken away is crucial in Christianity. It illustrates how Jesus took the place of Barabbas, the guilty man, so that everyone could have the opportunity to be free. It's significant because it's about how Christians believe Jesus saved humanity by sacrificing himself. The story of Barabbas isn't just about a man getting lucky and walking free. After Barabbas was set free, the Bible doesn't tell us what happened to him, which leaves us wondering about his fate. Did he return to his old ways, joining other rebels and continuing to fight against the Romans? Or did being part of such a significant moment change him? Did he ever think about Jesus, the man who was crucified in his place? These are questions we might ask, but without clear answers, we can only speculate. The crucifixion of Jesus became a monumental event in history, especially for Christians. Christians believed that Jesus' death was a sacrifice that atoned for all sins, essentially taking the punishment on behalf of humanity. This concept is known as atonement and is fundamental to Christian faith. It signifies that through Jesus' suffering, people can receive forgiveness and a chance for a new beginning. Barabbas' story really makes us think about what it means to be free. The people chose Barabbas because they thought he could be part of a fight for freedom against the Romans, a freedom you can see and touch. But Jesus was talking about a different kind of freedom, a freedom from doing wrong things that hurt others and yourself. It's like there were two paths in front of the crowd, one led by Barabbas, based on fighting and trying to win by force, and the other path led by Jesus, which was about peace and changing hearts. Which path would you take? Some people thought freedom meant fighting back and breaking away from Roman rule, while others believed in what Jesus taught, that true freedom is about being good inside no matter what's going on outside. The tale of Barabbas and Jesus still resonates today, urging us to reflect on our life choices. Do we strive to achieve our desires through force and confrontation? Or do we seek peace and extend a helping hand, even when it's challenging? These decisions are universal, and this ancient biblical story continues to offer valuable lessons. Just as the crowd had to choose between Barabbas and Jesus, we too face choices in addressing conflicts and treating others. This story encourages us to consider the impact of our actions, not just on ourselves, but on those around us. In the end, the story of Barabbas isn't just a tale from the past. It's a reflection on freedom, choice, and what it truly means to save someone. It's about examining our own lives and deciding which path we want to take. Do we follow the way of Barabbas with anger and conflict, or the way of Jesus with forgiveness and sacrifice? It's a profound question, and it's something that everyone, regardless of age, can contemplate. Stay updated with our latest intriguing stories. Hit that like button and subscribe to Minute Mysteries now.